When your dog rests their paw on you while you're unconscious, do you actually know what they're trying to say? Yes, it's adorable. But behind that sweetness, there's a tactical, biological reason that is much more vital to your safety than you've ever been told. It's one of the most significant things your dog can do, and if you respond the wrong way, which most owners do, you could be quietly breaking the midnight contract they were trying to offer. Let's start with the one most people get completely wrong. 1. They touch your face to check you're alive. Have you ever woken up in the dead of night to find your dog's nose just inches from your own? Or perhaps you felt a soft, heavy paw gently resting on your cheek or the curve of your neck while you were dead to the world. We usually call this cuddling or a plea for attention, but researchers at the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna suggest something much more technical and profound is occurring. Dogs are not just pets, they are master biological monitors. Their sense of smell is nearly 100,000 times more acute than ours. When they touch your face or sniff your breath, at 2 a.m. they are not just looking for a cozy spot, they are actively monitoring your heart rate and your cortisol levels. In a state of deep REM sleep, your breathing slows and your body chemistry undergoes a massive shift. To a creature whose entire survival is built on your presence, that sudden change in your scent profile can be startling. By touching your skin or sampling the air you breathe, they are performing an emergency wellness check. They are confirming that their pack leader is still breathing, still healthy, and still present, but it goes even deeper. This is about a phenomenon called co-regulation. Studies in evolutionary biology show that when a dog makes physical contact with a sleeping human, it triggers a safety loop. Your warmth reassures their primitive brain, and their touch lowers your blood pressure. It is a silent midnight contract written in DNA. I am safe because you are alive, and you are safe because I am watching. If they choose your face, it is because that is where your biological data is the loudest. They are the monitors of your life force. 2. Those 3 a.m. zoomies aren't random. Then there are the midnight zoomies, technically known as frenetic random activity periods or FRAPs. You have seen it. 1 minute they are dead asleep and the next they are doing laps around the bedroom like they are chasing an invisible prey. The common myth is that they didn't get enough exercise during the day, but the scientific reality is far more fascinating. It is a neurological purge. Throughout the day, your dog is an emotional sponge. They absorb your stress. They watch your micro-expressions during a bad work call. They hear the tension in your voice when you are frustrated. Because dogs are hyper-attuned to human emotions, they carry that emotional load in their own nervous systems. Researchers at Harvard University have studied how dogs process information, and they discovered that unlike humans, who can talk through their trauma, dogs must move through it. The night zoomie is a physical manifestation of a system reset. They are literally shaking off the accumulated cortisol of your stressful day, so they can clear their mind for deep restorative sleep. It is not a lack of manners, it is a biological necessity. They are purging the weight of the world, so they can be ready to protect you tomorrow. When they sprint, they are running away from the stress of the day and into a state of peace. 3. They need your blankets on purpose. If your dog spends 5 minutes circling pawing at or kneading their blankets before settling down, they are not just trying to get comfortable. They're engaging in an ancient connection to their ancestors. 15,000 years ago before, there were memory foam beds wild canines had to create safety nests circling, and kneading served 2 purposes. It flattened tall grass to hide from predators, and it pushed away snakes, insects, or cold dampness. But in the modern bedroom, it goes deeper. When a dog needs your specific blankets, they are activating scent glands. In their paws, they are literally marking the sleeping area with their pheromones blending. They're scent with yours. This creates a sensory cocoon by the time they lie down. They have chemically signaled to their own brain that this 3-square-foot patch of bed is the most secure location. On Earth, they are not just making a bed, they are building a fortress. This act of treading is also a psychological regression to kittenhood or puppyhood, where they would need their mother to stimulate comfort and milk flow. It is a dual layer of survival and emotional safety. As they circle, they are also catching the scent of the air currents in the room, determining which direction a potential threat might come from. Even though they are indoors, their DNA is telling them to prepare for the elements. They are checking the structural integrity of their sleeping spot and ensuring that no hidden dangers lurk beneath the surface when they finally drop with that heavy sigh. They have completed a ritual of home building that has kept their species alive through the harshest winters and the most dangerous nights. 4. They stare at nothing in the dark. This is perhaps the behavior that chills owners to the bone. You wake up and your dog is sitting, bolt upright, staring intensely into a dark, empty corner of the room. There is no sound. There is no movement. You might joke about ghosts or spirits, But the science is even more incredible than a haunting. Dogs possess a tapetum lucidum, which is a mirror-like layer behind their retina that amplifies light to a degree we cannot imagine. They see movements in the dark that our eyes literally cannot process. But more importantly, their hearing extends into ultrasonic frequencies. What you perceive as a stare at nothing is actually your dog processing a sound 3 houses away, or the hum of electricity behind your drywall, or the vibration of a car blocks away. In the wild, the pack was most vulnerable during the night. Evolution has hardwired your dog to be the perpetual perimeter guard. While you enjoy the luxury of deep sleep, their brain is still sampling the environment at a rate of 1,000 data points per second. They are not staring at a ghost. They are acting as your living security system, filtering the noise of the world so that you don't have to. They are the barrier between the unknown and your peace of mind. 5. They groom your hair while you sleep. Finally, there is the grooming. If your dog licks your hand or tries to preen your hair while you're in bed, they are performing a behavior called allogrooming. In the journal, science researchers highlighted that this behavior is the ultimate social glue. In the canine world, you only groom those you consider part of your permanent family, but here is where it gets insanely optimized for survival. When a dog grooms you, their brain releases a massive surge of oxytocin. It is the same bonding molecule that connects a mother to her child, but it also triggers a drop in amygdala activity, the part of the brain responsible for fear by grooming. You at night, your dog is literally medicating themselves into a state of peace. They are using you as a biological anchor to keep their own anxiety at bay. So the next time you wake up at 3 a.m. because your dog is taking up 90% of your pillow, do not be annoyed, be proud. They are seeking a chemical connection that reinforces the pack hierarchy and ensures that everyone is emotionally synchronized for the day ahead. This licking and preening is a form of tactile communication that says we are one unit, we are safe together, and I care for your well-being. As much as my own, it is a ritual of maintenance that keeps the group cohesive and prevents the psychological isolation that can lead to fear in the wild. They are investing their energy into you, because you are their most precious asset, and their nighttime care is their way of paying dividends into the relationship that sustains them. 6. They say, I love you while you sleep. It is 3 a.m, and the house is silent. Your dog is wide awake, leaning their full weight against your legs. While you assume they are just restless behavioral neuroscience, reveals a completely different story. Scientists call this affiliative signaling. This is a biological I love you that humans almost always miss because we are asleep when it happens the most. A landmark study proved that a dog's gaze triggers an oxytocin spike for both of you. At night, without the distractions of food or play, this sleep gaze becomes a neurochemical loop. They are not seeking warmth, they are monitoring your heart rate variability. By pressing their body against yours, they are syncing their nervous system to yours, ensuring the pack is safe. This 15,000-year-old ritual proves that to them you're not just an owner, you're their entire world. You're their sun, their moon, and their safety. They are home because you are there. They watch you sleep because seeing you safe is their greatest reward. If this changed the way you look at your dog's weird midnight habits, hit that like button and the subscribe button right now. We are on a mission to decode the hidden language of our pets, and you will not want to miss our next deep dive into the secret life of animals. See ya in the next one.